Hey, how's it going? Joshua, good to see you. You mad? Good to see you. You know, just got chilling today. Had to get up to speed on the new boss. So, what I will probably do is do a run on the boss, go do a run in PvP, come back, see what happens, and go from there. He's a good hero. I was like wanting to be able to tell everybody about him. Yeah, yeah, he really kind of can be. Yeah, I mean he's a good tank. He really is. He provides a lot of value. But I'm glad to hear that people that are using him at that level are kind of experiencing the same thing. God, I love that. I did that already, didn't I? This is round two. Round two is the turn that I kill him. There it is. Yeah, I mean, I've liked him. I've had a chance to play with him before, so nice. Yeah, I mean, it took me longer. Um, yeah, it took me longer to get him than I probably could have, but in the end, I didn't spend any more money than I usually would have for a new hero, and um, yeah, I mean, mine does pretty good damage, as you can see. Let me go ahead and unlock it one more time. But yeah, I mean, he's not going to do. Do you have the Cargill rune on him? Like my all three of the heroes, except for all four of the heroes, the Deadeye is the only one that doesn't have a Cargill rune. Jin has a Vengeance rune, so I've got he's doing like just sick damage. He crits every time. Who are some real heavy hitters? This team. This team is gross. I mean, watch the battle here. Watch the kind of damage that this team cranks out. Remember, I have a 6-star. Now you don't need Craw. Um, You use. I have a 6-star Grandar Bowser, so I can get all the way up to 111 million. So that's what I hit in 2 turns. So now we're on turn 2. Yeah, it's based off of the number of stars your Grandar is. And he dies. Yeah, I'm working my way up. There was a bunch of people playing throughout the day, so I'm gonna have to catch up to them. Yeah, I mean, if it's capped based on, so like at 2 stars, I think you can hit like 40 million or something like that, or 33 million. I think at 2 stars, and then you can see at the top 6-star ascension, it caps out at 111 million. So I'm going to do a round of PvP. This defense is just brutal, by the way. Lots and lots of fun watching it. Did you guys see the replay that I posted in there? It was actually one of the people from the community. It was the first one to face my defense, Lord Vampire. And he was challenged and couldn't overcome it, but the team is just gross. It is a lot of fun. Oh, there's Clara. I'll kill me some Clara. I'm good with that. That's going to be tough defense. Can I check the boss 100? Maybe after this battle. Can this team... I don't think this team can stand up to that. So... what I have ruined... I'm just going to take my my defensive team against this. I mean, this team doesn't do quite as well on offense, but it still does all right. I can try one. I'm going to have to root up my other reptiles. I'd probably only go 3 reptiles anyways. I mean, this is the typical Rayla defense, so... if I survive... okay, so, yeah, I was going to say, if I survive this first pass, I'll probably win. Except my Lily died, too, so now it's going to be tough. I just don't... I de-ruined a whole bunch of my heroes. I also deleted a whole bunch of runes. Alright, so I got a pretty darn good chance here. My Jumbo is strong, although they also don't have their PvP runes on. Let's just get rid of him real quick. Oh, seriously? I think my Jumbo can take these 2, though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he can. Although that hurts. I think... oh, that's... wow. This... why am I doing, like, no damage? Although I'm healing, like, disgustingly. Full health every time. So there we go. It was a little bit clumsy. I have to check his runes now, though. Something is not right there. Yeah, I mean, I definitely know how to beat that, but it's just a matter of I don't want to have to go in and re-rune or rune a whole bunch of heroes. So, I mean, he shouldn't have been taking much damage. His attack I can see being very low, but so he wouldn't be doing much damage. But he shouldn't have been taking, or he should have been taking very much. Plus, he got the damage shield and everything else. Jin, the only thing weird about him right now is he's got the Cargill rune. His stats are sick too. Throw a single shield piercing rune on Arya, and he's just fine. I mean, it's all about getting around the stuff. Like Arya she won't do the follow up attacks, but that's not that big a deal. Her stuff, Arya was kind of overpowered anyways. She'll still do massive damage with her regular attacks and stuff like that, just with epic procs. So keep the enablers on her and just let her do her thing. Use her with Falcon so that she does basic attack follow ups. I mean, Falcon, Krex, or not Krex, Drac, who will trigger her doing basic or doing attacks and stuff like that, or basic attacks. So it doesn't render her useless. It just kind of puts her into perspective. And all right, there we go. All right, I'm gonna end up missing if I don't go. So just in case, I'm gonna change these so that I remember. I don't think I'll need them. Although as the boss gets harder, I might. But I mean, remember that he is a legendary hero, so he's got to be able to kind of stack up against Falcon and Jin and Lily and all these other heroes that are up there. And he really isn't, he's not overpowered. They did a really good job kind of to start with. And then in MFG, we proposed a bunch of tweaks that some of them they adopted. Well, if she's 1v4 on Barbs, then you don't have Grandar there. I mean, I don't see that as an issue. She would actually obliterate barbarians, anyways. But you don't even have to put a shield-piercing rune on her. Just take Sifu with you. Oh, with Grandar, yeah. Well, I mean, you gotta remember, like, she was not supposed to be the prime killer in the game, and she definitely became a prime killer in the game. So for Lily, I do mine like a strong mix of attack and skill, but that is not required. Like you can go defense and skill, either one. I love hitting the boss for 50 million. No, it's actually not. So attack is going to determine the initial damage from vines. It's going to determine her damage shield, and it's going to determine her epic damage, like her basic attack epic damage, which for me can be upwards of 40 or 50,000 damage. And yeah, it'll also determine the damage for her second ability. So no, it's not useless. The skill only applies to her healing, and it applies to the damage for the vines per tick, not the initial damage, just the ticks. I mean, it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it'll do 4,000 or 5,000 easy. Some defenses I go up against have Furnace, open with Combustion, but I have the energy runes, and my Furnace just does its taunt. So, yes, the rules for Furnace. First of all, you have to understand the rules for defense. Hey, what's up, Casey? So the rules for defense are different from the rules on offense. Energy doesn't matter to a defense. And hey, Jester. So what they'll do is they follow an algorithm. They don't just like do the first available ability. So with Furnace, what'll happen is, and they actually put a taunt rune on him, which was dumb. But, well, not dumb, but it stops the whole Furnace trap. So on defense, what the first thing it'll try to do with Furnace is it'll try to do his first ability, but he has no power. So his first ability, or he has no boil or temperature or whatever. So his first ability gets skipped. His second ability, he goes to taunt, and if somebody else is taunting, he doesn't do a taunt automatically. So like Lily is typically taunting, or Arya is taunting. So then because he can't do one of those, he'll go and do Combustion round one. That's how you trick the AI into doing what you want. He must have hit, actually, he must have hit me already here then. Not that it matters. I've got enablers on almost everybody, so. And now you're in trouble. Arya's gonna die. Furnace is gonna die. Or my epics not proccing? It doesn't affect dodge damage, it does affect crit chance. Defense chances on Pollen Cloud, like you mean the enemy chance to avoid it? The lifesteal, yes. The damage reflection is attack. I tested all that stuff on the test server, where I could actually pull up the the stats in real time and see what everything was, and actually do like full-on calculation. But it will affect the pollen or the lifesteal. Yes, that is true. So I mean, skill definitely does a lot. I mean, but the attack does as well. The attack is that initial damage. It's the damage shield damage. It's the plant rune damage. It's gonna take a while to kill these two. All right, so maybe not so long. And now they won't be able to hurt me. Having these two tanks out here is just gross. It will affect some of them, yeah. If they say it's affected by skill, then they will. The evasion chances, the evasion I think is a flat-out buff, but I'm not positive on that. Make sure. You die pretty soon. Right, it's over. Second set of vines, they're not going to survive that. Yeah, see that damage from that initial blast, that was the attack. I love that second ability too. Come on. Oh. Looking in the wrong place. Talk about a new feature. What and which year are you talking about? Rayla? And what new feature? I'm not sure what you mean. A new feature though with Grondar. It might be the new ability, which was the like anti-taunt. I just don't have the DPS without Jin. They may not have meant that it was going to release at the same time as this either, but I don't know. I haven't heard about anything specific. Alright, so we'll do my normal team against this, which in this case, this, although this doesn't, I forgot this doesn't work anymore. I mean, the team will still work, but Rayla doesn't do anything special for him here. Oh yeah, that's right, they're immune to freeze. I was like, wait a minute, what? Yes, Rayla is one of the best characters in the game. If you look at my spreadsheet, she is in the top 5. Matter of fact, she's probably in the top 3. Alright, we haven't had an epic moment on stream in a while. I present to you Gracie. Hey baby, look up here. Come on. Epic kitty moment. Uh-oh. That didn't work out so well. Yeah, that's because I had the Rayla without any followers. I have 2 cats. I mean, I like dogs, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of maintenance. Oh, I think the team that I want to do... that. Yeah. I don't know about the pinnacle of evil. Hey, Heffrey. How's it going? Good to see ya. Holy crap, I killed her already. Wow. Just look at that damage resistance. Yeah, that's why I'm like, yeah, Arya doesn't really need help. She's doing okay now. It's funny too when she got her buff before the whatever the hell it's called. Enabler runes. Or the enabler runes. So I apparently had turned off a whole bunch of stuff on my overlay. I just realized that I had turned off a bunch of stuff on my overlay. So, yeah, there we go. Hey, Chris. Yeah, it was 1,020, which is about 200 more than I had anticipated. But it was a double hero feature, and honestly, with the deals, I didn't end up spending any more money, so kind of like meh. Rayla, Deadeye, Jin, and Ponty. Yeah, I've run that team. Matter of fact, I was one of the first people running those types of teams. Yeah, I mean, I don't have my Ponty is ruined, but he's not uber ruined. Well, the double hero features actually don't stink, but well, it's no worse than the 6% it was before for a single hero. I mean, you're getting 2 heroes. The only thing that I worry about is that they somehow mess the code. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It is the same as a single feature. So, like, if you look at the spreadsheet or the recording that I record it all. Like, if I do a total of the number of tokens, let's do this. You can't see it, but I'm doing it here. The number of pulls in that 1,000 portal pulls. I mean, obviously I got 600 Grandar, but I got 590 Auntie. So, yeah. You're only hunting one, but I did get 500,000 ether. So, it got frustrating, but yeah. The net result was I ended up with 120 or with 1,200 legendary, just between two heroes. I had 1,200 legendary tokens. And I was also getting points where, because of the double pull, I would get. I actually had one where I think I had 2 Brondar and 3 Ponti. That's like 50% legendary heroes in a 10 pull. Granted, I also had one set of 100 pulls that I got one 10 pack of tickets. So, I mean, I had plenty of bad runs too, or draw like real thin runs. Yeah, like my 6 to 700, I had one drop of, no, I had 2 drops. Nope, just one. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't happen often, but it can happen. I mean, that's what people forget. And I mean, it's frustrating when you go on a dry spell like that. But the thing is, like, random clumps, like, to have an even distribution, that's not random, that's a distribution. Um, Random is, you'll get weird clumps, you'll get dry spells, you'll get hot streaks, like, so. Human beings are not designed to deal with random. How much damage are you able to do on the boss right now, Casey? Are you at a point where you can be more productive than you were? It's not previous versions of the game, no. I can trigger events and stuff. It's kind of complicated. 30k to the boss. Alright, well, that's good then. Yeah. But I end up silenced. It really matters, but that was supposed to be my, fuck happened? Alright, that was weird. Something was wrong. Hey, McCipher. Alright, I'm going to pay more attention to what's going on here because I went from doing 111 million to 37 million and had all sorts of weird stuff happening. So I'm going to focus. That's why. Wait till you see this next one. Or not not the next one, the one after that. Alright, so this is the second to last attack. This is round 2, mind you. This is round 2, and it's not even all the way through round 2. Grandar hasn't gone at this point. Watch this attack. 50 million damage. One attack. Yeah, so it's 1 3/4 rounds for me to cap out. Hey, Grady. Yeah, there was one point where I actually restarted my game hoping that I would get like a different random seed or something like that when I was doing the portal pulls. Like I had a pretty decent early set of runs and then it just turned like sparse. I love that. Somehow, I don't know how, I don't know why, but, well, granted, he absorbs like 75% of it when he's taunted, but he can get dropped by Agnon and take like no damage. Actually, that's a hero that I should try with this combo too, is Astrid. That could be pretty damn gross. One more attack and then check on the boss. I don't have Astrid rune, so I'm not going to try her this round. We'll just go with this again. When we go back out, I'll consider runing Astrid and do a team that is... Maybe I'll do... That would be interesting. Like Zola, Astrid, Jin, and Grandar. Nice. How long till I was capped in the battle? 1 3/4 rounds. Shade is definitely still good, yes. And hello, Atlantis. Shade actually got better because of the Valken nerf. Nothing at all changed about Shade. Or not the Valken nerf, the Jin nerf. Which I'm proud to say was my nerf. Yeah, that was... It made so many... Like, Darius is actually useful now. So yeah, that was such a good thing to implement. Oh, how long till I was capped on my roster, like from chronologically on the calendar? Zom is not all that good right now. I mean, he's good at lower levels, don't get me wrong. When I say whether something is good or not, I generally mean at level 80 in the boss 100. Like, pretty much any hero is good at lower levels if you set him up right. Yeah, exactly. At level 66, he's just fine. Want to attack. We'll wait until... Yeah, I don't even do the tower, so... Yeah, he kind of reminds me of like the Chicken Hawk from Foghorn Leghorn. No, it's only been going on for a little while, less than an hour. I don't like this version of Streamlabs that doesn't tell me. Oh, there we go. There's live. I've been on 40 minutes. All right. So let's check on the boss. Oh, not up yet. Let's go ahead and throw. I'll get a rune Zola, and I'm going to rune Astrid. Let's see. Really want those on her. Might be the only option though. Throw the 2 reptilians. Throw one of these new vengeance runes. I mean, I've been playing quite a bit longer, I guess. Alright, Efrey. Take care. Thanks for stopping out. I mean, yeah, and I've dumped a lot of cash, and I've dumped a lot of time getting into events and all that kind of stuff, so... Zom, replace Zom. What do you need, Grady? Guess. What level are you? The parts drop on Boss Island. There's those 5 dungeons. You have to be level 50 and have the epic unlocked. And to get all the rest of the parts, you have to be like, you can get the first part at 50. You're level 60, so you can get the second part. You have to take the hero that you need to get the epic for. It cannot be a quick loot. You have to actually run the dungeon, and you take that hero with you. And it has to be showing up where your next piece is the part for it. And then at that point, you have a chance for it to drop. So just keep running it and running it and running it. So, well, I'm sorry you feel that way, Brennan. I mean, I'm enjoying it, so... We go for a shield pierce or enabler. I think we're going to go enabler. She's going to end up being defensive. Yeah, it doesn't say that it drops. Oh, you mean like in the actual island itself? Make sure, and it's hard, I can't demonstrate it because none of my heroes are like that, but make sure that when you look at the hero on the Epic tab, that like the hero has their epic piece is the piece that's on there. I think we answered you and said to replace Zom. Yeah. I mean, you can keep Zom and just replace one of the others, but I mean, just test it out, man. See what happens. But yeah, that's what the epic parts do. New guy stats, yes I can. I mean, in terms of tips for beginners, 1, watch my videos. 2, make sure you're on the Discord for Dungeon Boss, and I suggest the Discord for the stream, like this community. because there's lots of people to answer questions there. Get yourself into a helpful guild, people that are active and able to answer questions, and just be patient and have fun. Don't worry about like being the top everything and all that. Just enjoy the game. When you get to a point where you're not a new player anymore, then you'll have new goals. But for right now, just enjoy it. Have fun. Level up. Fight some dungeons. PvP some people. Finish some towers. Not bronze. It doesn't really matter. Like, there is no specific best hero, but the strongest right now is probably this guy. Yeah, I mean, don't leave your guild in the middle of an event, and you don't want to leave your guild in the middle of the week either. Like, if you're gonna leave, wait until a Monday when the reset happens. Yeah, I think right now the top 3 are Archon, Rayla, and Jin. Where the hell is? Close by is Arya and Ponty. Yeah, I mean, get yourself leveled up, and then there's an application form. And, I mean, I don't handle any of that stuff. Hey, Abe, how's it going? I don't handle any of that stuff, so just fill out the form, and you can say that you found or heard about it on the stream or whatever else. And, I mean, if they'll get you a spot. We're not, like, super elitist, at least not at the, like, the main family line guilds. We were a little strict in Wrath proper, but that's it. Oh, well, I mean, that just takes time. I mean, get in there and be committed and show that you can do it. And like I said, I don't manage that either. I focus all my attention on the community at large. I mean, I help my guild, but I help the entire community, so I'm not really tied up into the day-to-day stuff with the guild operation. Anyhow, yeah, exactly. Just be patient. So my Grandar stats are currently they're currently not as high as they would be because I have to use that Kragle rune. Normally my defense is about 37,000, 36,800, something like that. So yeah, listen to Casey. Casey has been around a long time too. And I mean, he's been around a lot longer than I have. But I mean, he is a bit of a nub, but he's also in MFG like I am, so he's got kind of a lot of inside experience and all that too. Break the 40K. You're talking about this then. I need to break the 45K. Hey Scarface, how's it going? Yeah, this is disgusting. What this is. You are kind of the noob on MFG, but you're the, not really the complete noob, you're just by comparison. And not really even a noob, because I can't get as much on Gortusk, even if he had an epic and all the other stuff. I mean, part of it is Jumbo has an epic. So he's getting 30% additional defense. So I mean, Gortusk will never... Yeah, I'll get there. I'm going to go back to him. The attack and skill and all that, so you're never going to get as high as a character with an epic without an epic, first of all. Yeah, I can imagine because of the toast. Yeah, you're just not as active is all. But yeah, and then the other thing is the types of runes that are available. So, like, you can put a tank rune on anybody, but you can't put a plant rune that has a disgusting defensive rating. Well, I mean, I make available information about Wrath, but I don't use this as a platform to pitch Wrath either. So I try to keep everything like this is complete open, all guilds welcome, all everything. So but yeah, I mean, a lot of it is because I can put runes on him. The plant rune is really strong, and then there's a ogre rune I think that I was using here, or it was one of the festives or something, like disgusting. It's because of the multipliers. So there's a number of different things. You look at the tank rune, where it says here starts with taunt and a plus defense buff. This defense buff is not a straight number, it's a multiplier. So this is, it's like, okay, it takes whatever your defense is and it multiplies it up by a factor. The Guardian rune is the same thing. This defense buff is the same thing and it's even bigger. So if you look at stats and you look at where all of this stuff's coming from, so first of all, because of the star bonus, you take all the stats added up and you double them for being 6-star. And then you take a rarity bonus for being legendary and you multiply that in. And then you factor in like the Guardian rune and the Guardian or the defense. The guarded bonus is 83%. The taunt is 62%. The epic is 30%. So that's how it gets so big. Okay. So Grondar's ability. Oh, see, he's going to watch the video. Okay. That was probably the better call. This video is like 6 minutes. I tried to make it fast. Yeah, but I think Archon, the top 5 are definitely Archon, Lily, or Archon, Arya, Mortis, Jhin, and Rayla. Yeah, it's because until that Guardian buff or that taunt buff goes away, then you will, you're going to have a lot lower defense. Once Rayla purges all the buffs, all of a sudden people start getting squishy. Nah, I'm not running crazy teams tonight. I want to keep demonstrating some Grognar teams and our Grondar teams. Alright, Snoke, take it easy. Thanks for coming out. And then I'm going to keep doing the boss battles as they come up. So apparently that attack silences, which is why when I forgot to do that, which clears the silence, my Valken and everybody else is still silenced. I have not updated Grognar. He will be an S. No, they're absolutely not low-level friendly. But he'll be an S, for sure. He's not an SS, but he'll be an S. Yeah, today's been kind of a busy day, and I can't update any of that stuff until the hero goes live because I signed a non-disclosure agreement to be part of MFG, so I have to be very careful about what information I post anywhere or what I talk about, things like that. And the most damage that I've ever seen in one single attack has been matched before with this, but 50 million damage, one attack. And Jin's the only one that's ever been able to hit that high. Malice can hit, I've had Malice hit for like 22, maybe 30, actually. I mean, I haven't tried. Well, he's not meant to be. I mean, if he was really high damage, he wouldn't do his other job right. I mean, he needs to be able to survive. He needs to be able to keep staying alive so that he can put that reflective plate out there. The longer he stays alive, the longer the hero that he's protecting with divine intervention stays alive. Um, I could try Ember, and so I would, if I'm going to do that, then what I would probably do is run Ember, Ponti, Jin, and I'm not changing his runes up today. Not during the boss event. Just because I'm jumping back and forth. And I need his runes just like they are for the boss. There will be times when he doesn't reflect damage because damage reflection is affected by shield piercing. So if an attack has shield piercing, like Iris will never ever have damage reflected on her because she does everything. Yeah, 1 million. My basic attacks with Jin do 8 million. Just the basic attacks. I mean, that doesn't hurt that they're 100% crits too against the boss. Like he always crits because of that vengeance rune, which is a really nice thing. Like before, it was iffy. Sometimes you would get it, sometimes you wouldn't. Now with it being that consistent, piece of cake. Yeah, if only there were a Gravy coupon code. Yeah, you might have to go to the Google store or the Google App Store or the Apple. That would be pretty funny though. All right, so I had gotten most of the runes on her. That's what I was gonna. All right, so I'm getting distracted here. I need to figure out the last rune to put on her. I mean, Grognog does a lot of damage, but he's not going to do as much damage to the boss. Grognog is consistent good damage. It's not burst damage. With the boss attacks, you need burst damage. Yeah, if you use the gravy coupon code, it automatically adds 10 times whatever you were about to spend into your cart. Oh. That was an old bug. Is that back? I deleted a whole bunch of superiors, and then I have the rest of them are all on my bronze heroes. I suppose. Yeah, the guild room works. On the boss, yeah, I mean definitely. But the heroes that are consistently the ones dealing that damage is going to be Kra, is going to be Jin, more Jin than anything. It's going to be maybe Ponti, but I don't think Ponti's stuff scales the same as like Jin's does. And Malice. I don't think Arya would actually do that well against the boss. But so that's 2. I need to rune. I need to rune up Viperia too, just in case. Actually, what I ought to do. Well, Creel is only going to follow up Gorgons. I wish he would follow up any reptile. Oh, in terms of like a code for like credit or something like that. Rayla, Koros, Shade, and Darius. Um, well, Rayla, Shade, and Darius, sure. Why Koros over, like, since you got Shade in there, over, like, Ponti or something like that? I cannot stream live on the test server, unfortunately. The only time I'm allowed to do any recording or anything there is specifically for like the new hero events, and I have to clear it with Joel first. So, what happens if you use Into the Pit on Zulkad, like against the reflection? He banishes himself. I've had that happen. It's pretty funny. Hey, Ollie. How's it going? Yeah, it's pretty damn funny. It's almost as funny as when you get the bug where there's a feather on Archon. Oh, on the event boss, they fixed that bug. They fixed that. Um, when you have a feather on Archon, Archon blows himself up. He leaves a corpse, and then he still procs, and then he can be rezzed. So you could actually have two full-on Archons out on the battlefield at the same time. Did I try Shade's Spirit Link while Grondra's Reflective Debuff trait is active? To what end? Like, are you talking about in against the boss, or are you talking about in PvP? Remember, there's like a whole bunch of combinations of conversations going on here. Hey, Jared, how's it going? I mean, if you're maxing out your damage, then I think it's good. So the reflect buff will reflect a reflect buff. So if the buff is reflected back onto Shade, then it'll go back onto that person. If it was being put on that person by Shade, it would get reflected, but if it's getting reflected back to Shade, then it would just go right back to him. Yeah, I don't think that's real high on their priorities right now, though. So I wouldn't hold out too much for that specifically. Let's chat over. Oops, that's not right. Relay. Locked. Chat. Okay. I don't need that. I mean, if I was worried about that, if anything, once I had 1,000 subscribers, I can technically put like ads on the videos and stuff like that. But that's not why I'm doing this. Like, I'm not trying to do this as a career or anything like that. Or I could open up a Patreon or any number of other things. Like, yeah, absolutely. I was getting ready to. Let me finish ruining this hero first. So, I need attack-based runes. Yeah, premium Snapchat. There you go. Well, I appreciate that, and like I said, I just have to hit 1,000 subs, which we're on track for eventually. And we go up between 50 and 100 a month. So I've been really happy with the way the channel's grown and with the support you guys give. I mean, you guys are awesome, really are. We'll do an unbreakable heart. probably the best one that I've got open right now. Yeah. Yes, really, seriously. That would get abused really badly, though. Very, very badly. Alright, I'll come back the next time it's open. I'll show you. Oh, we passed Underworld again. Nice. Oh, we definitely passed him. Jeez. Alright, that's good. My ether? What are you talking about? I don't have any ether. Oh, you can't see the total. Come on. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have any ether. All right. Well, bear in mind that I started today with 100,000. So I did 1,000 portal pulls with 2 boosted legendary heroes. One of which I didn't have any tokens for, but the other one I did have to. I was already 6-star. So I probably made 400,000 or 300,000 of that just in Ponti tokens. All right, so ironically, the teams that I've, or the heroes that I've used the least with Grandar have been reptiles. And Grandar. Rayla hasn't been nerfed. Rayla doesn't need to be nerfed either. It's not Rayla that's really the problem. It's the other heroes that are doing so much. Rayla herself doesn't do a whole bunch of damage. And we're trying not to just wantonly or randomly nerf heroes. We want to like really try to balance the game. Yeah, see, it didn't do any damage reflection on Arya there because this Arya has got a shield piercing her. Really, Twitch does. Interesting. And hey... Oh, Cyclone. Okay, so that's your other account. That's weird. I mean, I have it set to low latency on both. Yeah, the gold's easy to come by at high levels. I mean, that's not so big a deal. Boom! Look who's a statue. Ugh, irritating. That's how you kill Arya. You get her stoned first. That is one thing that I really think needs to be changed, though. Is, a matter of fact, that's something I have to. Casey, remind me if I don't say it. Remind me that one of the reptile changes that I want to propose is that reptiles have the same buff against stone targets. That they do amplified damage against stone targets. Don't let me forget that. Is that good music choice sarcastic or are you serious? I use Pretzel. It's a plugin for Streamlabs OBS. And what about Archon? Oh, okay. I use Pretzel. It's all public domain music, and I use the most of the time, if I'm streaming or doing videos or anything, I will use the ambient channel, just because it doesn't distract anything, but it kind of puts a little bit of something in the background. So, and welcome back. If you have his epic, however, and you put enabler runes on him like a smart person, then he will do lots and lots and lots of damage. This is my defense. Skill and attack on Lily. Defense, 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 defense on Grandar, or on, Jumbo. Defense, 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 defense on him. And attack, 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 attack on Jin. New character is good, yeah. I will. The only person, and it's too. Oh no, I can't watch the replay anymore. I did post a video. If you jump into Discord, there's a video in general chat that's my first and so far only defense, and it was actually somebody in the community, Lord Vampire, who's a follower on the stream and stuff like that. The error codes. Are you still? You're still getting error codes? Alright, let me go do the boss real quick. Oh no, apparently it wasn't done. If you're getting errors or something like that, just if you can take a screenshot or like let somebody know what was going on, whether you post it in Discord or post it in guild chat or like line chat, and one of us will make sure that it gets reported. All right. I mean, leveling up quick. The quickest way is to spend a bunch of gems and that friggin' meme, Casey. Is just to get a bunch of gems and get a bunch of quick loot keys and just quick loot a whole bunch. That's the fastest way. It's not the cheapest way, but it's the fastest way. Make sure you do a bunch of PVE, like leveling, on the day that you get the bonus XP. If you get Ether, you can go into the Ether shop and go to the boosts and get an player XP boost. You can just keep running the dungeons that you've already completed again and again and again. Then free to play, then just go into the dungeons you've already done. Keep rerunning them. I mean, you don't have to always be unlocking new dungeons. So go back to your normal mode, or go back to the early part of the challenge mode, or wherever you're last at, and you can just rerun those dungeons that way. And then it's only going to cost you stamina. It's not going to cost you keys if you're manually running them. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you don't want to level too fast. Depends on the resources. Yeah, your boss mode dungeons. How much stamina do I have? I am capped. Oh, on chat? Yeah, that's relatively new. The boss is not open yet. As soon as it is, I will. We have to kill him again. Yeah, I am capped on stamina right now. I want to change this. I also spend money to get gems. I just bought some today. because I wanted to pick up those runes. So I got two of the Pragel runes, and I got two of the elite vengeance runes. I was running the defense on offense. It actually does really well. I'm gonna try one more. I gotta try with this group. One experiment that I want to do is I'm gonna rune up Cobressa. You can get materials in the honor shop. To just go PvP a bunch, and then spend your honor to get materials for the runes. That's fine. That's why I said first go PvP. If you send it to Casey in game, he would probably be happy to report it for you into MFG chat where it'll get seen, or post it into the bug reports channel and they'll see it. Probably not. I'll let you know when we get back over there. Jabber definitely does damage. Definitely. With the enabler runes. Yeah, that's fine. I wouldn't personally get it. Some people like health. I don't. Casey is he's an MFG. So he has the same access that I do. He was asking if you were a boss guide, though. But yeah, he's an MFG. He can do that. I was running beast teams, and it can get kind of gross with 3 beasts with epics, and then Solaris. Probably because when you're runing up for health, you're not rooting for defense, so he's actually taking more damage, which means he reflects for more. But I would rather take less damage. So it's not... So, okay. Health is one of those tricky things, because it's not a useless stat. But the problem is that as the meta swings more and more, like for the longest time with beast teams and stuff like that, it was consistent damage over time. So you'd get hit for 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500 from Jabber, or for whatever, over and over and over. And the damage was all consistent with lower damage, but a consistent damage. Health absorbs that really well. And defense is only going to give you so much of benefit, and healing will offset that. With the type of damage that Jin and Malice and Rayla and all these other heroes, they're doing like super big spike damage, like damage that's up in the 6 digits. 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 500,000. I mean, I've got heroes that'll hit that hard. Health is just useless at that point. You need the defense because it's... Think about it like you've got an area. You're trying to get the area as minimal as you can of a square, a rectangle. So damage, in terms of trying to maximize it, damage makes the square taller, and damage penetration makes the square wider. But you can only do, like, you're never going to be able to just max out both of them. And then defense makes the square lower, and damage resistance pushes it over to the left. So those are the things that you need to do. Health just makes it so that it's like how much of that damage you can soak before you die, but that can be it can be healed and stuff like that. So if the health is kind of a fixed block, and it's when you need to get that box down within the size of your health. Damage or defense and damage resistance significantly has more of an effect when you're like tweaking knobs. Yeah, I know it's hard to explain, but it's hard to do without like visual aids and all that other stuff. I have the one video on it. I'll probably do another one. But anyhow, yeah. What beast team would I use? Lupina with an epic and enabler runes. Jabber with an epic and enabler runes. Probably either Pygneus or... let me know if it is. I hope it's not. Either Pygneus or Bovis or a hero like that has an epic, and then Solaris. Grognog. That's the one that I would have gone to normally. I actually oftentimes will not use the skin on Lily if I'm pairing her up with like Rayla or something like that. So it really is kind of irrelevant. You're either going to use the skin or you're not. You're either going to go defense and skill or attack and skill. No, Grognog was the one that I meant. For some reason, I always forget him. That did, like, no damage. Aim. Alright, so he's got a lot of skill on this Lily. That sounds like code. Like, yeah, he's got a lot of skill on his Lily. Yeah, I get bots over there periodically. I don't know why. I don't know what they're hoping to do, if they're recording and distributing my stream to the third world or something. Let's go check. Although it's only showing up as one actual user, so... Alright, fine. I had to spend gems to unlock the event boss, but you guys mean that much to me. I'll do it. Oh, nobody wanted to do it because he's almost dead. Two. 1-star Grandar, it's probably like 20 total. Yeah, it's 10 million. Maybe it's only 10 million with a 1-star. Yeah. So that was killing the boss, and we'll do one more run where I actually get to go through a whole 1.75 turns. Boss wasn't full HP. $52 million? How did you do 52 million with a 1-star? That does not seem accurate. Because you have a 1-star Grandar, or you didn't take Grandar in there with you. There's a cap on the amount of damage that you can do based on your Grandar. I just don't have the patience for it, like, seriously. Alright, here is where I pretty much, like, one-shot the boss. 50 million. Yeah, you have to bring Grandar, and then that raises the cap based on the number of stars that you have. They double the damage, not the cap. So your Grandar, the number of stars your Grandar has, determines the damage cap before he says enough. The Cargill runes double the damage, and the Valley or the Vengeance runes make it so you automatically crit. So if we look at like how I have my Jin runed, I've got a Vengeance rune, so he automatically crits, and I've got a Cargill rune, so he does double damage. That's how I can, every single time, with that third ability, after all the defense debuffs go on, and all the buffs and all that, that's how I hit the 50 million. Yes, Grandar's stars, for each, like, you bring him with 1-star, and I think the cap goes up to like 20 or something like that. Up to 6 stars, you eventually cap out at 111 million, which is what I hit. Okay, so do you want to let people know in guild chat that boss is down too? That would be much appreciated. Rick316, I fought him before. I really love how this blended chat and all that works. Like, the fact that I can see people from both places and all that. It's kind of cool. No epic proc, really? I need to put it in a third enabler on her. What? Oh, well, what? Still? Oh, Furnace did his thing. Alright. Take this to Steam. This is purely a mobile game. Even though I'm pretty sure they're using Unity. I'm gonna get my butt kicked. Unless this works. Alright, fair enough. Something is bugged then. That should not be dodgeable. He's in Wrath. I don't know. Everybody always asks like what my favorite this or that is, and I never bother to really establish favorites. Like, I don't know. Skins don't really impress me all that much. The ultimate skins do. So maybe the Lily skin or the Ponty skin. I'm just getting smacked this battle. Reptiles were not the team to bring against this. I may be the best YouTuber that's on this channel right now. I definitely don't think I'm the best YouTuber. I appreciate the sentiment, though. Alright, so what was the other one that we wanted to try? It was, Honorbound. That's what it was. So we were going to do... Did I have a Rune Astrid? I think... Alright, man. Night, Casey. Yeah, it's what? Midnight there? That's real late for you. Take it easy, man. Zom is not very good. Not at this level. Is Astrid... Actually, I think I did Rune Astrid. Zen is good with 5 Festives. Oh, 1 AM, that's right, because you're on daylight time, too. No, I didn't ruin her. Yeah, we have quite a few people part of this particular community that are from Europe in general, or Europe at large. And I guess we'll take on... That's what our plan was, to do Ponty. So, go Ponty, Astrid, Rondar, Jen. Actually, this has the potential to be just disgusting, too. Because Ponty will disease everybody, which cuts their attack power in half. Guardian runes are definitely useful. Um, there is nothing better purely for defense than a Guardian rune. Tank runes are close, but not better. Hey, Terrarian. How's it going? The hero's definitely good. Most def. Oh, Ponty. Not having enough. Oh. So. Shade is good, yeah. We're gonna protect some. Oh no, we're gonna taunt. Jin's already technically probably protected. Nice. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. New hero is not OP. New hero is solid, strong, not OP. Say hi to the stream. Yeah. Alright, now go sit on my feet. Yep. Sit behind me and lurk. You actually just literally missed the Gorgon team. Well, thank you, Alan. She appreciates it. No, she's a cutie. The other one is too. That one's Dottie. Gracie's the other one. Abe, you just missed. You've missed both epic moments of the chat. Oh, it's funny. Take no damage? Alright. This battle's taking way too long. Let's focus fire on one of these bastards. Doesn't help that he's immune to lightning. He's okay, so this is like the perfect storm of ridiculous. Echo is immune to lightning, which is Jin's primary attack. Astrid is basically immune to all physical attacks that are coming from Arya. And the damage reflection, because there's so much zero damage going on, there's no damage reflection. Everybody's all attack debuffed and defense debuffed and all that crap. Yeah, this battle's gonna take ages. Unless I can actually land an attack. I don't have the patience. How 283? Like, why is it so low? Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I ran two different variants of it Terrarian. One with 2 Gorgons, one with 3. Yeah. Alright, so for this team, I actually need to take skin off of Lily. Oh, he's definitely PvP hero material. Most definitely. He's just not offensive, he's defensive. He provides a whole bunch of utility. It's not her. Her. And Lily. Rondar. Cool. There you go, 22,000 basic attack. That's, whoever was asking about attack earlier, that's what attack does for Lily. I unskinned Lily so that when, on round 1, when Rayla does her first attack that causes all ranged heroes to follow up, we get vines for free. And when she does this attack right here, we're gonna get damage shield for free. See? That's the benefit. So now I can just cast this, and I haven't had to pay for any of her abilities, and if a fight goes long, then I can, I'll have vines up immediately when these vines go back down. But it won't do that if she's got the skin on because she's in log form. Yeah, I mean, so I switch back and forth. For defense, typically I'll keep the skin on. For offense, it depends on the team that I'm running. Like, if I'm not running Rayla, there's no reason not to have the skin on. But if I'm running Rayla, I always take the skin off. It was funny, somebody that, like, the first day that I had the defense up with Rayla and, basically, it was a team almost like this, obviously without Grandar. And somebody had come across my defense and then posted up on the Dungeon Boss Discord in the PvP chat, like, I see what you were trying to do there, Gravy. Hero packs? What do you mean? Oh, she must have had Unbreakable Heart, god damn it. Lower levels, they are absolutely. At higher levels, full dwarf teams, not so much, but dwarf in general, like, yeah. Theron is still a really good caster. Falcon is still a really good warrior. Dagrind is still a really good healer. I mean, so yes, they are all still good, but they're not overpowered like they used to be. I don't know, I like him. A lot of people like him. He's pretty good. Yeah, I mean you can tank him up because of his epic, and then I mean all the follow up attacks. I mean he's still got a lot of good stuff going for him. All right, this track is getting repetitive. I may. Oh, except Dagon. It's one of the worst dwarfs. Darius does need an epic. I will agree to that. Hey Zed. Wow, we are at an all-time high for number of viewers. We were at 20. Or I'm not 20, 23. That was really kind of cool. It is Wrath. There is a link in all the video descriptions to an application that you can fill out. And Starscream, who is also a YouTuber, is the GM for the whole family. He will contact you and get you placed wherever would be appropriate based on also what we have open then. I mean, Dagon is nice because he can't really be, like, he's almost immune to all debuffs or whatever, or all the big ones. And he does have, like, some of the shocking synergies and stuff like that with Jins. I mean, he's not terrible. He just doesn't really quite bring anything extra. It's my favorite song that is playing right now. I don't think they will ever be completely removed. There are things that I have been kind of working on that might help alleviate some of it. I can't go into a lot of it because it's one of those gray areas that I'm. I mean, it's just better not to go into a ton of it. Plus, I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. Like, there's no guarantees on anything. But I don't, like I said, I don't think they will ever officially go away completely. That being said, I did pitch an idea that would make it better, so. Yeah, I mean, with Dagon, for sure. I said that they're pretty much just fine. That's what I can't really talk about because it's an ongoing thing. It's kind of like police aren't able to talk about an open investigation. Well, if it's something that we're dealing with inside of MFG, I can't talk about it. I can see that. The debilitating barrage, that is. Will you not sit on my mouse cable, please? Pretty please? Thank you. Yeah, exactly. I mean, well, most of the stuff that I'm engaged in is kind of like directly with the devs, and it's MFG is the basically it's beta testers. Long story short, it doesn't take 1,200 US dollars to 6 star. That is way wrong. Way wrong. It took 12 or it took 1,020 tokens or 1,020 portal pulls. That's not even close to 1,200 US dollars. It's actually cheaper right now to get a hero to 6 star than it was before the portal pulls, before the portal change, by about 33%. So that's complete and utterly wrong. That it costs more now, or it costs $1,200 or whatever, because it doesn't. It used to cost about $450 to get a hero to 6 star. You can do it for like 300 today, and that's considerably less than it ever was. And it's a choice. You don't have to spend anything. Astrid Epic, I don't know. I mean, she really likes damage. So I mean, it would almost need to be maybe for one. She does. Okay, here's an interesting idea. Um, so, um, yeah, but it's not required either. It's just what it is. I mean, I spend on like Magic Gathering. I spend more than that, considerably more. And it's a choice. I do it because I want to have the hero all leveled up so that I can demonstrate it to you guys and all that. I can actually write the stuff off or write off parts of it. But yeah, it's not required at all. Probably about half of the tokens that I got, you don't have to spend gems to get them at all either, though. The about half of the tokens that I got, or half of the pulls that I got, were from event rewards. If you bought, let's all right, just like let's start. I don't want to get into it too much because part of this is part of why the discussion. That's ridiculous because it's not as simple as that. First of all, 1,100 portal pulls is 2,700 gems. Blah blah blah. That's if everything was straight up that way. You can get portal pulls other ways than just buying gems. So let's just drop that whole line of thinking because it's not accurate. Do I hack? No. Why in the world would you even ask that? There's all sorts of specials like $10 for 30 portal pulls, which is considerably more or considerably a better value than 2,700 gems. There's all sorts of ways to get those. And like, oh, say, doing your friggin' dailies. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to stand for people just misrepresenting the truth. Because I know what I've spent on this stuff, and I know what I've put into this stuff, and it's not anywhere near that. You could look at any game and be like, oh, if you take the worst case scenario and extrapolate it out, that's where you get like, oh, look, this graph is going way up here. That's a logical fallacy. It's a straw man. It's bullshit. And that's all I'm going into about that. Like, I'm so tired of people trying to misrepresent the truth and be like spew negativity. Done. Yeah, if you strictly use gems, which is not what anybody does. Like I said, it is cheaper right now by about 33% to get a hero to 6 stars than it was before the portal changes, which is the big thing that everybody's complaining about. I mean, I'm not saying that everything is perfect and all that stuff, but I'm being realistic too. Jabber with some attack runes and a couple of enablers. Boom. I mean, there's all sorts of teams that can be competitive. You don't have to have the brand new hero day one. Look at Wagdogs. Wagdogs got Jumbo to 6 stars in 4 months without spending $1. Yeah, but I mean, the problem is that the way the game was set up before, it wasn't going to be able to keep up. Like, it wasn't sustainable. The game is sustainable now, which means that a year from now, there'll be a game here for you to play. That's going to be the big difference, and that's the part that people tend to overlook, because the game has to be able to at least cover its expenses. They're not out here raking in millions of dollars in profit. I have VIP 10, yeah. I mean, I've spent a bunch of money on the game like a lot of other people. Yeah, I mean, a 4-star Archon in less than 2 months, yeah. And you can absolutely get it. The rewards for events, the rewards for PvP, do your crowns, all that other stuff, like, you just have to be patient, and you don't have to spend any money. I mean, the whole free-to-play thing, like, it's not, first of all, and I am not remotely against free-to-play, but so, yeah, like, just, we're not here to spew negativity and stir up shit. And if you keep it up, then I'm gonna silence you. I have no problem with anybody being here. I have no problem with people expressing different viewpoints, but stirring up trouble? Yeah, I know who you are. I remember we were talking about it in Discord. I mean, I spend all... You are not stirring up things now. You're fine. And actually, when was the last time DB released a bronze hero? Gibber. I mean, like I said, I was saying, like, I have no problem with people that want to be free to play, whatever, but expecting to get the same benefit as people that do play is ridiculous, for one. I mean, you should be able to achieve it over time, which you can. The Calico is Dottie, the Tuxedo is Gracie. But there is so much toxicity and people that just like to complain and I mean, yeah, we get it. People aren't happy with the state of some of the things in the game, but being negative about it doesn't fix it. Doesn't change it. All it does is make everybody else around you miserable. So it's selfish to be negative. Turn that into something useful. Find constructive ways to suggest things to the devs and to make positive impacts on the game. That's what I do. So having to fight all that negativity and all the community like fighting in amongst each other and crap like that, constantly in line and in Discord, this is one place where I don't have to do that. So this is a nice, I'm not going to say safe space because it's not some snowflake thing, whatever, but it's a nice, just happy, chill, relaxed place That's it. So, a relaxed place. Yeah, Creel, I mean, Creel and Krex both need help. And, I mean, Creel is actually pretty decent if you're running an offensive reptile team with Gorgons. Because Creel will, you throw reptile runes on Creel, and he follows up every attack that a Gorgon makes with a basic attack. So you go 2 Gorgons, which would be like Zola and Viperia. Then you go Creel and you go Krex. Krex revenge attacks any attack made on a Gorgon. So both Gorgons attack. Creel follows up with the reptile rune. He'll stone the targets, which means the Gorgons finish them off. Krex will revenge any attack made against the Gorgons, and then he'll stone them and whatever. So. Quick loot keys in the pawn shop, I think, was a good choice. I mean, we were pushing for that kind of thing. That is the types of positive changes that we're actually making. Getting the daily stamina rewards with both the video and as the quest rewards and stuff like that. Both were things that came out of things that we made in terms of changes, positive changes to the game. No skin is that good? What do you mean no skin is that good? I'm not even using a skin right now. Wait, I'm live? Yes, I'm live. Live and alive. Yeah, I mean, and I understand the frustration, Brian. I mean, I really do. It's just the only way to make anything any better is to like actually try to make something better. I mean, I get wanting to vent about it. I don't want this platform to be a place to vent about it because there's already so many other places to vent about it. But I mean, I put that idea forward, by the way. Like I put that idea forward before I ever even started talking with you, Firene. Like the like passes or whatever, kind of the subscription idea for reasonable rewards so that you can actually make the game accessible even to people that barely spend any money, or even to people that don't spend any money. But yeah, I mean those. Well, I mean, so let me describe to you guys the relationship that that as players we have with the like the devs and all that. Like they definitely want our feedback. We represent the community. So like all this stuff that's going on, all the talks and all the other stuff, all the like problems, I take all of that, I condense it down and report it back to the devs. And we also then, because we have access to more information than the general populace does, I don't know, I don't think it's public, and there are I mean, it doesn't necessarily need to be public. The issue is that there are ramifications and things like that to disclosing that kind of thing. Um, it can affect investments in the business. It can affect like all sorts of other things. Um, so you can't really just expect that to be out there. Um, I mean, you can be skeptical, you can be whatever. I'm just like there's reasons that they are not fully transparent about all that stuff. If, say, in theory, they were struggling, and I mean, if anything, write them up and send them to me. Um, Send them to me in like messages in Discord or something like that. Well, I mean, if somebody would invest in the business, they would need to know certain key financial bits, but it's it's you don't want to advertise things like that. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not an economist or a financier or anything like that. I'm a business person and I'm a technology person. I mean, he's not done for entirely. There's still uses. He's just not needed on every single defense now. Raw is still pretty great. He's still an S hero. Um, I mean, he can still do a lot of damage. It's just there's other new toys. But I mean that's so as far as the relationship goes then. So we can then give them ideas, but we like for me, I can't just say you should do this. I have to take the additional information that I have about the context of what's going on kind of in the game and um and then I have to try to find ways to make these ideas work within the constraints that are being applied that are not always completely visible to everybody. Um, so, with all of that in mind, that's how we kind of have to push these things. So, I have ideas that I've put forward about ways to deal with the star requirements. The portal stuff is, I mean, kind of probably going to stay pretty close to the way it is, except we are looking at ways to change. Um, Everybody, okay. I should just start a friggin' Reddit so that we could have like an Ask Me Anything kind of thing. Um, I mean, I have a Reddit account, but um, and I should just not look at chat while I'm speaking because I get distracted really easily. Um, but so anyhow, like it's always a matter of trying to frame it in such a way that it fits in with the business and the constraints. So there's all these ideas that we have and trying to make all these things better, but it's not an immediate thing. It's not an easy thing. It's it's not a like overnight thing, and we've been very successful, very successful in getting things implemented. And that inertia that we're building up with a bunch of these smaller things is going to help us get some of the bigger things addressed. So, long story short, just hang out, enjoy. If you don't enjoy the game, I mean, all I can say is that then you probably shouldn't play. But if you do enjoy the game and just want it to kind of go back, I mean, just be patient or take a break or something. I mean, I spend, yes, but I'm in the same boat that everybody else is. I just have money to spend on it. So I'm spending more money than I should. And but I realize that a lot of where I'm at, and I've told other people this directly, I'll say it openly in stream, I realize that a lot of the position that I have in the community with the devs, all that other stuff, is because of the trust that the community puts in me. And I am very, very dedicated to making sure that everybody is represented. So, as much as is possible to be being done to help the community, I'm dedicated to doing it. I've had devs laugh and be like, with your spending habits, I can't believe you're arguing for X thing that benefits free to play players. All right, Chris, have a good one. Well, if you didn't get them before the portal changes, I don't know what to say. I mean, especially like Solaris and Lupina. Well, Lupina, you would have had to get by getting the chest drops or whatever. But Grog or Gortusk or heroes like that, those were very available before. Like, if you've been playing for 2 years, you had a year and 9 months to do it. I mean, yeah, I argue I put more energy into supporting free to play players than I do anybody else because everybody else is in a better situation. So, and I again, to be clear too, I'm not a dev. I am no way, no shape, no form part of boss fight. So, asking me these questions should really be asking the devs some of these questions. I do not represent boss fight in any form whatsoever. So, be absolutely clear about that too. I don't work for them. I don't have any sort of arrangement with them other than a non-disclosure agreement about certain topics that I'm giving feedback about. So, what is Sam Cope? 1100. After this, remind me I gotta do a boss fight. This battle's been going on for a while because I went off onto a tangent. Oh, there we go. That's Sam Cope. Welcome, Sam Cope. What's the 1,000 or 1,100? Ah, gotcha. I understand. And it was 1020 actually, not 1,100. I mean, it's 80 poles, but still. If we're being accurate. Problem with this team, once it stalls, it stalls. Alright, gotta go kill the boss. What is the gravy code in the item shop? I don't think that's gonna be a thing. Maybe hashtag exit through the gift shop. Exactly. And bear in mind that not every idea or suggestion is going to be possible, and try to find ways. I mean, that's what I do, is I try to find ways to make it possible. I solve problems for a living. Like, I'm a software developer or a software architect. I actually am now in charge of an entire department of of development and things like that. Like, because this team works in 1.75 rounds, I will have beaten, or I will have capped damage. It doesn't even get to 2 full rounds. Have I seen or... Oh, Rayla? No. Deadeye, the thing that Deadeye provides is 2 different defense debuffs that are pretty crucial. So that's also why I don't need to bring Agnon, is because he does the same level of debuff. $13 million, $50 million, 1.75 rounds. So Jin. So it's a bunch of things. The defense debuffs that are put on by both Valken and by Deadeye. Deadeye puts 2, Valken puts 1. Grandar puts 1. So that all that defense debuff means that I'm going to be doing maximum damage. On top of the fact that the very first round I do the Calm Before, so it buffs damage, allied damage 200%. And then I use Storm of the Ancients, which gives me more storm power and buffs damage against shocked or paralyzed targets. And then I use Chain Lightning, which just does massive and purges storm power stacks. So I get a bunch of storm power, I do all that, so that's part of it. The other part of it is that I have 27,000 or 26,500 attack. And the other part of it is the Vengeance runes, currently for this event, make it so that every attack against the boss is automatically a crit. And the Cargo rune doubles all the damage from this hero. And then Valken is just because of all the damage, or all the defense debuffs, he does more, and he's got a cargo rune. Oh, hey Mark, how's it going? Good to see you. Yeah, it was an impromptu, like, I jumped on because I was going to be doing boss runs and all of that stuff, so don't worry. Besides, having people spread out over the course of the stream is nice. That way I don't like go through dead pints, whatever. That's all good. I appreciate you coming out at all. Every single person that comes out, I appreciate. I am going to take a 2-minute break, use the restroom. I will be right back. And I am unmuted now. I am back. Yeah, finally. Gosh. What are you going to do today, Napoleon? Whatever I want. Gosh. Use shade, use shade. Yes, sir. I not have... I not have Zulkrund? Totally unprepared. Why did I eat all the chips? I definitely didn't eat all the chips. All the kip. Oh, chips kip. Now I follow. Now I follow. You're just jealous because I've been spending all day chatting online with the women. Yep, I got it. Just took me a second to put two and two together. Remember, I'm old and slow. I'm a little worried because, you know, she hasn't sent me a face shot or full body shot yet. Zulk is pretty good. I don't think there's any OP heroes right now, but... I think that's what I did before. One Guardian rune. That looks to be about right. Why am I matching? I mean, granted, they're 5,400 rune power, but that is not matchmaking that I should be getting. Now I have no idea what you guys are referencing. Yeah, the runes, you should be able to filter based on runes. Or like search your inventory based on runes. This is what I especially love. The debuff stays on, even though it's supposed to have all debuffs purged. There was combustion. Ponty is one of those things that gets brought up all the time. And hello, Axel. See ya, Efrey. Everybody's demanding today. Love that. You didn't have shade? Nice. Shield pierce. Well, Divine Intervention has nothing to do with shield piercing. So what Divine Intervention does is it purely makes them not targetable by single target attacks. They can't be the target of any attack. They still take AE damage. So anything that hits multiple targets will still hit them. So shield piercing really doesn't factor into it. Shield piercing will pierce all of the damage reflection, however. So any of the reflecting shields with Grandar or Lily or anybody else, like the plant runes, any of that stuff, shield piercing pierces all of that. I need to put one more festive on Archon. I love this. Watch this. Boom! I don't know why there's no damage, but... Has everybody today forgotten the word please? This episode of GravyTraining is brought to you by the word please. In participation with lightness. Let me check the boss real quick. Ideally, I will show you. And it's hard to say best because everybody's rosters are going to be different. My best team, and I'll spend the gems. Well, thank you, Mr. Cypher. That was very courteously phrased. Although I think you meant heroes now, please. I'm assuming that was because of a phone or something. So this is the team that I run for the boss. Deadeye, I run because he gives 2 different substantial defense debuffs, as well as follow-ups, or he causes follow-ups for Jin. I use Valken because he gives a defense debuff, an attack buff, and haste, and follow-up attacks, and all that other stuff. I take Jin because, well, Jin brings the pain. And I take Grandar because he's the key hero for the event, and he does good damage. I really don't need to try other things, because watch, so This team, let's count actions. Just discrete actions. That's 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. This is 6. This is still 6 because it's a haste turn. This is 7. And this is still 7 because it's a haste turn. And this is 112 million damage in 7 actions. So best for a fire team would be Zul'Qad. Yeah, Zul'Qad, Archon, Igneous, and Solaris. Best fire team. That last attack by Jin, because of the combination of heroes that I took, was 50 million damage. And the attack right before that was another 13. His basic attacks, Jin's basic attacks, are doing 8 million. Because of that combination of heroes. Night team, you mean like a dark team? Undead teams, Undead really is not a strong meta right now. I would say you can do a partial undead team. So you can use, I would probably take like Shade, Ponti, Ansuke, and I don't even know what the last one would be, like Braum or something like that, or Zom. I mean, yeah, there might be other combinations that give more. I'm kind of capping on the damage there, so, I mean, it really... I'm not even spending 2 full turns in the battle. I'm claiming that that is the best for me. Lord Zoom. Are they doing 50 million plus in less than 2 turns? Some of them maybe. I don't know. But this is one of those cases where it's like, if it's not broken, don't fix it. That was 1 3/4 rounds. I maxed for 6-star. So I don't know. They're maxing in 3 rounds. I'm maxing in almost half of that. Yeah. They're maxing in 3 rounds. I'm doing it in 1.75 rounds. I mean, awesome that they're maxing. And if they're doing it efficiently and quickly, then awesome. but not everything has to be. I don't use any potions or anything either. Like, I'm not using energy potions. I'm not using. They fixed the bug with Zulk the second time. It came back and then they fixed it again. But, I mean, and ultimately, not everything has to be oh my god, this is the best. Like, whatever, they both work. Everybody's happy. I can only show Zulk banishing himself if the enemy team has Grandar on defense. So once people start putting Grandar, people besides me, start putting Grandar on defense, then absolutely I can show it. Uh-oh. That's no bueno. Oh, you're kidding. Alright, I've never tried that before. That's funny. It banished the shell, not shade. Come on, big damage, stop! Nope, not enough. Yeah, Archon did. He usually comes back and I can use his epic attacks then to do some pretty massive damage, but after this one I'll check. I just I spent gems to check it, so. And I'm just going to assume that everybody is just having an implied please. Because I know you all don't mean to be demanding. Just being efficient, that's all. I'm not gonna do a goblin team. I'm only gonna rune up. Like, you guys realize how many hundreds of millions of gold I spend re-runing or de-runing heroes for you guys? Some days, I just gotta say no. Alright, Firene, you're starting to, like, hang around Abe too long. He likes to see me lose PvP battles and things like that. Although at least he only wants to see me lose PvP battles because Abe is Anteater66, the other mod. That's Abraham Gayer in Discord or in YouTube. That's Abe. Oh, I gotta check the boss. Oh, alright. Yeah, you'll be going to hell, I'll be going to jail. Is it something you deleted, Cypher? If it was that bad, I hope. Alright. Let's see. Oh, there's your goblins. Oh, the Please one, yeah. That one I saw. Yeah, I had to do an April Fool's joke. I mean, it's an internet tradition, and the fact that I had so many people actually believing it for a bit was kind of funny. Yeah, that I saw. Hey, everybody. GravyTrain here. Another episode. GravyTrain. It's funny how much on like client calls or business calls and stuff like that, because I work remotely, so how much I get to do like fake movie phone guy, or in a world where Archon is not used in this battle, another hero has to step forth and carry this team. This story, the adventure. Arya is coming forth to make a new epic. Or then there would be, and the hero was released this Thursday. Free Arya flashlights the first 50 kids. Come down to the Dungeon Boss Civic Arena for Dungeon Boss Madness. Free Arya flashlights the first 50 kids. See the 3-story fire-breathing Kozar. Ticket price pays for the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge. I have been there many times, Cypher. Many times. Not recently, but I have put in my share. Yeah, back when I was when I was like still in college. What hooch? That is some Johnny Walker Red. No, I know. I caught that at first. No, back when I was in college, before I started getting into like when I was still working like normal jobs, retail type jobs, I had a part-time job at a GameStop, and because a buddy of mine was the manager, and we got to check out games and all that. I don't know. I don't pay a lot of attention to that stuff until there's a hero that's released. But anyway, they used to like randomly give me games that I would then like read the back in like a dramatic movie announcer voice or the narrator voice or things like that. Like just reading descriptions of shit, or here's the back of this tea thing. Our Irish breakfast tea plays tribute to the Irish, who are well known for their love of strong teas. This blend combines teas carefully selected from four distinct regions to give it added body, flavor, and strength. Shit like that. They'd find the most obscure, like, weird stuff, like Barbie princess pony things and crap like that. It was a lot of fun. When I stream, or when do I stream? Typically, I stream Fridays. Today I'm streaming because of the hero, and I was going to be doing stuff anyways. I may still stream tomorrow, I'm not positive. If you are in Discord or follow my Twitter, you should know. Or you should get notified, and if you subscribe and hit the bell, you get notified. But yeah, I try to do every Friday. I'm trying to get back into doing more videos and stuff again. So yeah, I'm doing some other stuff besides just the dungeon boss. Like if you guys are interested in any of the other games, what is it? Satisfactory is a lot of fun, and I want to eventually start getting into games that we can actually get you guys part of. So, and then yeah, we've got a Minecraft server too for anybody that is remotely interested in anything like that. But I want to get into stuff that we can get the community involved with. Yeah, that's right. Now that I remember, she was featured because it was a big deal because she's normally not in the portal. After this, I'll go check the boss again. I should have checked that this team is going to crush me. Maybe not, but probably. Oh, why am I not using... Because I'm a dummy. I meant to be using it. And hello, cow. Grondar. The weird name. Grudon. Gouda. Bowser. Actually, oh, okay. Probably not going to win this. Well, we'll see. It's 3-2. One of them's Falcon, though. They really should make a skin for Grondar that's like, although they get sued by Nintendo. Yep. Dunn's got beat. Hey, Van Dung. Alright, so you think about who I have start. Let's actually go back to this, this, and this. Well, who have I ruined? Every time the boss gets killed, it gets slightly harder, yeah. Lol, Brandle, or Bramble. Yep, I will right after this battle. I was thinking that. Nice. I don't even know. I guess I got the Bramble skin. I don't remember. I don't even remember what it was. Ah, okay. It took, and I think it was because of the double feature, but it took just over 1,000. But I had actually stocked up most of those for free. Not most, about half of them for free. Still at half. Why not? Well, the other heroes were about 820, so. Which would I choose for what? For a defensive role in a team, Grandar? Or an offensive role in a team, Archon? Currently, at everything but low levels, Lady Nimriel is not good. At low levels, probably up through about level 60, you can get away with using her without repercussions. Which is pretty much true for almost any hero at lower levels. But really, the heroes start to become not good compared to others at around like level 70, and you start getting into upper level PvP and all that kind of stuff. Best beast team would be Lupina with an epic and enablers, Jabber with an epic and enablers, Rognog with an epic and enablers, and Solaris. Yes, yes it is. think I probably just... Well, no, I didn't kill the boss. It should be pretty close, though. I'm enough that somebody else got him. There are 4 ultimate skins total. And hello, Lil Stork. There is the Slasher Drac, which is the Friday the 13th skin, which is meh, not really all that good. There is the Long John Suke, which makes him makes Hansuke unable to be frozen, which is good. There is the Oak Lily skin, which you've probably seen. And there is the Pontifex Mortis skin. And that... What round am I on? This is round 1. And hello, recent news. Well, a bunch of new faces tonight. That's excellent. So the epics are like, they have an epic for that hero. And enabler runes make your epics have a better chance to proc by 25% per rune. So by having 2 enabler runes, you have an 85 or an 80% chance for your epic to proc. Having 3 means you have a 100% chance for your epic to proc. So the key with the beast teams is a lot of the beasts have epics that are good. So those 3 in particular have really good epic procs. So the enablers mean that they're going to proc a lot. You're going to be using basic attacks and just relying on the epic damage, and it is really good with those heroes. The cat just winked at me again twice. Not blinked, winked. Enablers on Ponti are very, very good. You really need to have 2 enablers for them to really make a big difference. I mean, 50% chance is good, 80% chance is consistent. Like, I'll do for my Ice Bloom, who is great with enablers, I'll put 3 enablers on her, so that it's a 100% chance she can stand toe-to-toe with most any team that doesn't have shield piercing. And I'm on round 2, right? I believe I'm on round 2. Yes. I haven't looked at them. Take a look. I mean, for 20 attempts, you're getting 15 legendary tokens and 15 portal pulls for free. That's not unreasonable. At 40 attempts, you're getting 3 times as much on these 2 and double on this, and I mean that's not bad. I mean, I've already hit the 20 and I've been basically like only doing it since I've been on stream. So yeah, that's not unreasonable at all. It's actually pretty generous. My Pontifex is currently like, so I've got a couple of tiers of runes, even though like, yeah, I have mostly elite runes and that kind of thing. I've got some really good elites that I only have like a couple of, and then I've got some like just solid strong runes, and then I've got some little bit weaker ones. He does not have the strongest set on him. I can get his attack up to about 23,000. Take care, Jay. Have a good night. Thanks for coming out. But yeah, so he can be pretty darn strong. And Shade is pretty darn strong too. Yeah. Yeah. All right. And so that's going to be a pretty substantial team. All right, send them to me on Discord. Or if you message me online, then you can just put them in notes. Um, Best legendaries for just starting out are whatever you can get. Honestly, whatever you can get tokens for. Legendary heroes are harder to come by. They're more powerful. So whatever you can get a hold of. Any of these guys, I mean, I would stay away from Bramble. But I would stay away from Bramble. I would stay away from Igorok. And I mean, Zom is useful, so it's not bad to have. But every single one of the rest of these heroes are all very, very useful. Nice. Solaris is pretty awesome. Let me go rune Solaris. Yeah, it's a lot better than trying to deal with ties and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, she doesn't have an epic, but yeah. I don't know. She has synergy with a lot of heroes too, though. And beasts are real easy to come by at low levels, so I still kind of stand by that she is definitely worth getting, and worth getting fairly early on. Submit a ticket. If you go into the game in your account and you go to options and I think it's help. Yeah, it'll take you to where you fill out your ticket. 5 more for 3-star. I mean, portals is unfortunately the best way. I don't honestly remember who my first legendary was because at the time, like before the February change to like all the portal and stuff like that, they never really they never really mentioned what anybody was. Like they had legendary, but it was more of like an afterthought. It didn't mean anything. You mean Arya or you mean Ember? There are reasons for it, Johnny, um, and it does have to do with like the long term health of the game and things like that. But there are things in motion that would potentially make it easier that we've been really pushing hard on. And by we, I mean me. I've been pushing really hard on. So don't despair. It will never change. I don't think it'll ever change completely. But I put forward some ideas that were fairly well received that that might make that not quite so much of a huge thing. So I mean, I'm trying to do that with all the main stuff. So it's just a matter of, I mean, there's a system and a process and a like just facts that you have to work around, things like that. So, but I am definitely trying, and I'm not the only one that's trying, but I'm the only one that's sitting here with me right now that's trying. Archon is probably the single best hero in the game right now. At least the single strongest. Events, winning events, placing well in events, hitting thresholds in events, PvP. Like, I've taken first place in like 5 events, something like that. And I get it, Zed. There is on every single one of my videos, or it should be on almost every single one of my videos, there is a link to join Wrath. It's the whole family that you would be applying for. But fill that out. Starscream, who is another well-known YouTuber, is actually the guild master for the guild family, and he will reach out to you and get you placed. The worst legendary is Bramble. Currently. This guy right here. He has potential, but right now he's currently the worst. Oh yeah, that's kind of a silly skin. Underrated hero. Single most underrated hero is going to be... Alright, later. Single most underrated hero. Depends on who's doing the rating, because if I'm doing the rating, he's hella strong. Ella is like limited utility. She's not bad. She is underrated to some degree, but Deadeye is more underrated. Like, people just don't realize quite how strong. Second worst would be Igorok, probably, or Igorok. I mean, the rest of all the legendary heroes... I mean, all of these heroes are... Well, that's not legendary. Deadeye is a very, very, very powerful and very, very subtle hero. If you watch my video and really understand the intricacies of what his abilities do and all that stuff, like, I'm running him on my boss team right now. And, I mean, he just absolutely kicks ass. That would be a fairly solid team, yeah. You could probably swap Emily for, like, Astrid or Hansuke. Just because, well, I mean, Emily's going to be about the same difficulty to get, and she's not bad by any stretch. But Hansuke and Astrid are going to get the Honor Bound synergy. That's what I was doing with Solaris. She can revive and heal, but I mean, it's not. I mean, she's not underrated because nobody really undervalues her, though. Like, underrated is like, people don't recognize. It won't update. Try uninstalling and reinstalling then. I have more offensive runes. Have I finished every question? Quest? No. I finished these quests. She didn't really get the nerf bat. In fairness, it was a reasonable change. And she is still very viable. She was completely unstoppable before they made that change. Like, no, you could not stop her from rezzing a team, and it was bad for the game. I'll play on mobile if I'm out and about, but I spend so much time at home because I work from home, so I spend a lot of time playing from the computer. But I do have it on my phone. I've got it on my iPad, so I'll take it out like if I'm going out for lunch and just I'll do my crowns or things like that, or if there's an event going on, like if I go out somewhere tomorrow, I'll probably take it with me, or I may go see a movie tomorrow, I'll take the phone with me, that kind of thing. Um, More than a lot of people. I mean, that's kind of a personal question. So, I mean, I don't ever answer that outright, but I definitely spend a substantial amount, but not more than I'm comfortable with. So, does Igorot grant nothing? There's only 4 skins that actually do any actual benefit, and those are the 4 ultimate skins. It was going to be short, and it has just continued on and on and on. Check the boss again. Alright, boss is ready. Alright, so the Cargill event. Your guild, this health hit points is, yeah, the Drac one is really bad. So your guild is all doing damage against the same health bar. You go into the battle when it's unlocked, which is once per time the boss dies, unless you spend gems to unlock it sooner. So every time you're... Oh, well, you can... I don't think you actually mean that, but... Anyhow. So you go in, and you're trying to do as much damage as you can before the boss is like, enough. And that's what we call in capping out on damage. The damage cap is dependent on the number of stars your Grandar has. So if you don't take Grandar in at all, you can do like 8 or 10 million damage tops. I explained what all of them do. The Ponti skin gives disease on start of battle to the enemy team. And the Drac skin, when he's below, or he does more damage, and when he's below 13 health, he can't be healed. So anyhow, you try to do as much damage as you can before the boss says enough. If you take the hero with you, yeah, I mean the cap goes up. It starts at whatever point the low is. I've never done it with a 1-star. And then it goes up to 112 million, which I will demonstrate right meow. You have to be level 50. You have to be level 60 to max them. You have to be fully ascended and have it unlocked. And then at 3 different points, you have to go to Boss Island and run the epic dungeons there until the hero part drops. You have to take the hero that it's for with you, and it can't be quick looted. You have to actually run it. Alright, Toast. Thanks for coming out. You have a great night, or day, or whatever it is where you are. And then once you get the epic piece, you have to craft. You have to like put resources into it, and it levels up. And like I said, at 3 points, you have to get a new piece for it. Everybody's been asking me this all night. I have a number of favorite heroes. Actually, if you look at my Dungeon Boss meta spreadsheet, the curated meta spreadsheet that I have, you can see which ones I think are the most valuable. As far as favorite, Deadeye is definitely one of them. I mean, I like Jin, I like the new hero. Yeah, I can do that right now. Let's see, capped out. Oh, that is hilarious. Oh, that is funny. I've been capping out on damage with 2 runes on my Deadeye. That is funny. I'm gonna screenshot this. I mean, it hasn't stopped me. He's really only there for the buffs and debuffs, but that is really funny. I don't know for sure, Zed. I know that it did take me more pulls today to get a 6-star than it took me to get Rayla or Archon. Now, that's a logical leap to go from that to saying that it definitely over the summer he was pretty strong, like last summer, so that was almost a year ago. Yeah. um Shield piercing, yes. And yes. So these are my runes. I've got 2 elite honor bounds with defense and attack. Elite hero rune with healing. I mean, the thing is, like, it's really hard, and human beings are really bad at recognizing random. We're not wired for it. We're wired to find patterns and things. So you see a spell that comes through where it's dry, you're not getting a bunch of hits, or you see a bunch of stuff coming in at once, and that's what our minds fixate on, are those things. Random, truly random. All right, thanks, Atlantis, and Walt, thanks for coming out. Did you change your name? I've seen a bunch of different logos with different names, but regardless, anywhere, have a great night. So I mean, we tend to recognize that. Like, I recorded all of the polls, and you can't see it unless I switch. I could switch to this mode. So I've actually got, let me freeze this first row. So this is where I was getting, well, tokens times 10. This is just where I was getting, this is each time I actually got a hit on landing. So this is 20 tokens, 10 tokens, whatever. I mean, in each one of these is 100 portal pulls. This is still 13 legendary heroes during that time. And that was Ponti and Grandar. So, I mean, and you can definitely see patches. I had some where it's like I got next to none. And then I had some where I was like getting 4 or 5, whatever. So, I mean, it's definitely going to be patchy. It's really hard to say. Like, you really need to have a good handle on the math and the statistics to really think of whether or not it's right. The only thing that I think was different is, I think before they started doing the double feature, it was, instead of like being 5.8, it was 6.8. I think. I do not remember for sure. But when I calculated before, the 820 tokens that was typical was pretty much dead on what the advertised percentage was. So this percentage actually worked out to be about 1,000. So it actually once again hit the percentage. So that's the big difference. You're actually overall getting more, but it doesn't help when you're trying to get one hero. So I thought it was, and that 1% difference is enough to change it from 820 to 1,000. So yeah, to some degree, it was a 2% nerf for both heroes, or like total between both heroes then. But I don't know. I mean, that's something that you should make sure you're staying in school or doing your school stuff too. Let me just double check on this. Nope, not dead yet. But either way, the other thing, the other difference, yeah, it was a little bit more in terms of what it took to get the hero, but the deals they were very consistently offering and the rewards they were consistently delivering were greater. So, I mean, I was getting them from daily, doing dailies, crown quests, for event rewards, for like different daily thresholds on the event rewards, all that stuff. Like they gave out a lot of free ones, and the purchase deals that they had were, I mean, those $10 for 30 pulls are, I mean, they depending on what $10 is to you, it's different. But in terms of relative value, it was actually really good. So I didn't. Long story short, I didn't spend any more money on this hero than I did on any of the other ones. As a matter of fact, now since the portal changes, I spend less. If your brain on gravy means you're trying to think critically, I am all about that. Easter eggs in the game, I believe. I mean, there's references and like things like that. I don't know about like hidden. Okay, hold down these keys and click this. I mean, it's a mobile game, so um, yeah. By the way, guys, if you haven't already, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up. That really does kind of help get us visible and stuff like that. I mean, a lot of the dungeon boss community finds out about me through other paths, but trying to get like other games and things like that to kind of take off too and expand the community at large. So it is always helpful. And I mean, definitely thank everybody, or I want to thank everybody for coming out and hanging out on stream. I mean, it's very nice. The Twitch is the exact same as it's GravyTraining. It's the exact same as the one here, and I'm actually streaming the Twitch right now as well. So, I mean, I'm simul streaming between them both. What my plan to do is for Dungeon Boss, I'm always going to be all stream to both. For the other games, I will primarily stream on Twitch, but I will probably also echo over to YouTube too. But it's just GravyTraining, same as it is on YouTube. But yeah, I was saying I appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out and all that because it's very, very nice to me and surprising. Like I don't even like. I never really thought of myself as somebody that people would want to spend time watching or anything. And when I log on and like within a minute I've got people coming in saying hi, it's flattering to me, and I do appreciate that support. You guys are a good bunch of people. Because he doesn't. The curve, he's good at lower levels. He's not as good at higher levels. Like, he doesn't scale the same way. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of dropped off. I mean, Darth Craig is actually kind of coming back, releasing stuff, but he's kind of intermittent. But he's still putting together good content. Starscream hasn't streamed in a while, or hasn't really done much in a while. And Zombie's definitely out. I just got crushed there. But Creepy does videos every now and again. There is Monkey Powa. He's on my Mr. Incredible, whatever, on my homepage of my YouTube. There's a link to his channel. He needs like 3 followers to hit 50. You would make somebody's night, literally, or probably their week, if you went and followed them. So that would be a cool thing to do. He would be extremely happy. He's young, but he really is trying hard, so... yeah. We'll do one more battle. Yeah, PvE, definitely. But honestly, most teams that are great in PvP are also great in PvE. And there's a few heroes that have better advantages in PvE, like Zom is great for certain things in PvE. But if you've got a team that kicks butt at PvP, probably also kicks butt at PvE. Let's do a reptile team again. I want to be silenced round 1, but meh. Tootly, I do not. Currently the worst overall in the game, like hero. Any of the goblins are pretty bad. I mean, Squinchy, Zerk, Ramble. Wait, what the heck just... Oh! Ha! There you go. He just banished himself. On command. Boom. This self-banishing of Zulk was brought to you by GravyTraining. Yeah, I forgot that if some of his Zulk was on defense, that he would eventually end up doing it. I think it's a joke. It's almost got to be a joke. Oh. Anybody should have perfect swing, it should be snakes. How many striking snakes do you see miss stuff? At first ascension, at lower levels, sure. Alright, I am going to do a quick replay of this, and I'm going to record this replay. So that we can post for other people to see Zulk banishing himself. Yeah, I accidentally did it to my own Zulk once when I was doing testing this week. you go. Here we see Zulk in his own natural habitat. This Zulk is unaware what he is about to do when he attempts to banish Grandar is in turn really banish himself. Your grandfather is a badass. All right. And then at one point they might have been. I don't know. I've been playing for just under a year, so if longer term, I mean, Beast Meadow is still on the tail end. Yeah. For long-term health of the game, they changed a bunch of stuff around. They didn't have specific details of why, but it had to do with trying to keep the game into a state that they could have it around for a long time to come. So, and they've also made tweaks and stuff like that since then to kind of adjust and all that. Bam. Ooh. I'm probably gonna have to call it soon, guys. I'm getting sleepy. That would be pretty awesome. I mean, I don't think it's not a new game, and it was more popular at one point. I don't think that it's going to die off or anything, but I don't think it's gonna like take off huge either. So, it's not necessarily rare. Technically, Sir Gravy has been in Legend 1 every single week since I started playing. Like I was like level 12 or 15, whatever level you actually get into the dungeon, and I just PvP'd a whole bunch at that level. It was easy. So once you get up there, you only get dropped down one level at the start of each week. So I've been Legend 1 since my first week. Does that mean that everybody does it? No. But it's not like unheard of. It is definitely not bad, however. Alright, I have to go... Actually, I've got to beat him real quick. And then I have to go beat the boss. Alright, this is Muzak. Win. This particular song or the one that was just on? I don't know, it doesn't actually show me most of the names, at least not where I can see them easily. I don't know. Well, so there's a, if you Google pretzel music, like pretzel that you eat music, it's Pretzel Rocks, and it's all royalty free music, so it's safe for me to use on stream. It's just a plugin that I have for Streamlabs. But I don't have to worry about my stuff getting flagged for like royalties or anything like that. So they probably have other ways to listen to it. But I mean, you could probably just go on to Pandora and or Spotify or whatever service you choose to use, YouTube Music, whatever. All right, Dark One, thanks for coming out. Have yourself a wonderful night. Alright, actually after this battle, I think I'm going to wrap up. I'm just kidding, I've been going for quite a bit longer than I anticipated, which is good. It means that I was enjoying myself, and hopefully you guys were too. Not enjoying myself, enjoying yourself. But yeah, I'm starting to get tired. I need to grab something to eat, stretch my legs. Excellent. Yep, I figured what you meant. But yeah, I just have the ambient channel is all that I normally put. This is technically the EDM channel right now. It doesn't really seem very EDM-y. But what the what? I did something completely out of order. And I am now not maxing. I might still, but... Welcome back, recent news. Yeah, if you're not level 80, you're gonna be not having a fun time. And Tsuke's good. He's an S hero. covered. So yeah, if you take a look at the meta spreadsheet, the links in all the videos and all that stuff, it's the curated meta. It's got a big ranking list of what all the heroes are and all that stuff, like how they stack up. 18 more. Meh. Actually, what were the rewards for that? Oh no, not all that great. Oh, guild participation. First among equals, man. Alright, so let me just go ahead and pull up spreadsheet. There is a video that goes over the spreadsheet, but do this and then do this. So this is the spreadsheet, and this is the breakdown here when I talk about an S hero and all that. So SS, because when I first started doing the curated meta, I think it was Starscream had been maintaining one, and he had, instead of just doing A, B, C, D, E, F, he had S for like superior, and then A, B, C, D, F. And there were heroes that were really good that were S's, and then like Jin Lee and Valken kind of were head and shoulders above the rest. So in my ranking sheet, it would be an SS. So since I have this open right now, I do this. And I would put him probably right here. We're going to insert cells. His damage is low, although we'll make it average because he does other stuff. His toughness is extreme, utility is extreme, synergy is extreme. Festives really doesn't matter. Leo is only so good anyways, so this should kind of give you an idea. Oh, Henzo, oh, he's tier gold, yeah. But, yeah, there you go. That is where he fits. And that's what S and A and all the stuff, like, Bs are only good in certain scenarios. Like, Leo is probably a B. Maybe he is an A. No, I've got, so he's actually a C, which C is just kind of average at best. He's never really shining, but he's not as bad as, like, these heroes, which these are the bad ones. This group right there, they definitely need some love. Which is a shame because Kozar and Femus, I love ogres, and they're just terrible. So, anyhow, on that note, we go ahead and wrap it up. You can, for Hansuke, you can go either way. You want to probably put some skill on him no matter what, because skill will improve his chance to parry. And then you want to go William and Yoko. Yoko is actually, you can make Yoko work with Jin. And William could probably be a D, but he's just outside. But and yeah, Hansuke, you can go either way. Just do all attack and skill or all defense and skill. Thanks everybody for coming out. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't already. Do all the YouTube stuff. Join the Discord, and have yourselves a wonderful night. So, everybody, take care. We'll see you soon.